So what we're going to do here is we're going to be working in Adobe After Effects. So the same principles can be used on other video editors like DaVinci or whatever else you really use. But basically, you can use the same principles that we're going to be doing today. So we're just going to create a new composition. What we're going to do is 1080 by 1920. That's how we get those tall videos that you see on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. We're going to give it 60 frames a second. Background color, we're going to give it black. So we'll just do that. Actually, it looks like it didn't do the background color. That's okay. So we're going to just do a new layer, solid, and that's just going to be a black solid. If you don't know how to do that, there's obviously plenty of videos available online. I'll teach you how to use Adobe After Effects. I'm just going to basically be giving you kind of a brief overview of how to set up a template. So that way, when you're ready to have nice custom videos that you want to share on social media, it's simple to just make some quick modifications, save them to like your phone and upload them to whatever platform of your desire. Now that we got the solid in here, I'm going to do this. I actually created 3 different screenshots of the platforms. I'm going to drag them in here now. This one is YouTube Shorts. This one is Instagram Reels. And this one is TikTok. You know what? I'm going to rename them just to make things a little easier. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag these in here. And this is going to give us kind of an idea of what we can do. But I just realized because we dragged them below black solid, we're going to need to make a quick adjustment. So I kind of like to use this as a general rule. There may be some like editing that will need to be done to really fine tune things, but this is what I like to do. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to actually add some guides. That way we can kind of have like a general idea of where we want to be editing in. So we're going to do view, show rulers. Now we have our rulers here. So this one is Instagram. So what I like to do is make sure I have a ruler. I just grab from the side here. You can pretty much do the same in most video editing programs. So this one, I know that pretty much this is my safe zone for the most part. So I don't want to have any, important information in this area, because what's going to happen is if you would have automated text or something like that and you have it here, it's going to be covered by this text and it's going to not look all that nice. Now we got that one. Let's check the others. Shorts, pretty similar deal. Looks like you could probably just move it over just a little more. And TikTok, same deal. So we have a pretty good safe zone, which is all like right here. Now, I know with TikTok, it's a little different because depending on what page you're on, whether you're on friends or you're on like your following or you're on your profile, it can be a little tricky. So I just like to give a little room at the top just to be safe, something like that. So this is our safe zone that we know isn't going to interfere with any of the icons or the text or maybe the following stuff at the top. In this case, what I decided to do was download a clip that I made on Twitch, and we're going to be using that to make kind of a basic video. I'm going to grab that now. So I took the video that I created that I made from Twitch, right? And then like I just dragged it in here. It's in our library. We know it's on layers here. What you can do at this point is you can actually change the size of this. There you go. So it's a nice ratio. Okay. That doesn't look all that great. I mean, you have all this blank space here on top and bottom, but then what I like to do is Command D on Mac, and I like to duplicate it. Now, what I do with the duplicate version, which is this one right here, I'm just going to scale that up to kind of be like behind it, right? So now we're like filling up that space. Doesn't matter how big you want to go, because what we're going to do is we're going to blur it anyways and maybe do some opacity stuff. I'm going to just go with this for now, that size. So it does look like a mess at the moment, but we're going to work on it. Now, what we'll do, we have opacity right here. So let's give the opacity, I don't know, 50%. Actually, maybe even more. Let's do 30%. Okay. So now you do have the normal video from your stream, and then you have this background. So as you see, it actually follows along with it because it's the duplicate video, but it kind of just added that little extra pop to the background. And then I'm going to duplicate this again. So we have another one here. Now, the beauty of After Effects is you can do kind of like a simple mask. I'm going to go here to where it says rectangle tool, and I'm going to do ellipsis. I'm just going to put it right here, and then I'm going to kind of blow it up. So it's my face type deal. And then what I'll do is I'll just simply move this to maybe like here in our safe zone. Now this does look a little weird because I'm here twice. I might even make it bigger just to kind of kick me off the screen. You could do that however you want to do it, really. I'm just going to do that for now. And then maybe I'll bring it up a little bit there. So now we've got the same video. As you see here, we have my face. You've got the awesome looking video of the one like in the middle, which is kind of your more dominant prominent one that's going to be the better quality that people will be able to see. And then you have the background, which is a little faded out. But what I also like to do too is I like to give it a little bit of a blur. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to do kind of maybe a radial blur, and I'm going to put that on the background one here, and it's going to just blur it a little bit. Actually, we can see it actually kind of makes it like a circular looking thing, which is cool. But as you see here, it kind of does like a real cool effect in the background. You can do whatever effect you want. I'm just doing whatever is going to kind of make the foreground pop a little bit, and then you can kind of take it from there. Completely your call. So you're basically done at this point. It's a matter of how creative you want to be now. So whether you want to add a logo or text or whatever, completely your call. I just like to make sure that you have ample amount of room here. I'm going to mix this a little bit bigger just to kind of fill that safe zone that we were talking about. So just make sure that you're just trying to stay in the safe area. You can add a logo, you can add text, just make sure it's in here. That way, if you're doing any sort of fun text, you're not going to get cut off by the icons or the comment bubbles or your description, nothing like that. Anything that you have in here, people will be able to see without issue. It'll be perfectly fine. Once you've done that, all you have to do is export this. But if you want to learn how to export it, there's plenty of different ways, or actually two different ways technically, which is export directly, or you do the Adobe Media Encoder. Now, it's very different for other programs, whether you're using DaVinci or whatever, based on what program you're using. But overall, it's going to be the same principles. Now, for the beauty of Adobe After Effects is now that I have my thing set up and you're like, okay, I want to create another video and I want to try to do it as fast as possible. Okay, so let's say you want to add another video in here and you don't want to recreate the wheel for a second. What we're going to do is I can actually drag in another video. So I like to throw that in here and I'm just going to duplicate it 2 more times. Now, the beauty of this is that all you got to do is copy some of the effects and stuff. I know there's a mess that's going to be like my face and stuff. I'm just going to simply copy all that and paste it on exploit. See, how to change there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the others. There we go. New video. And then I'm going to do the same for the third one, which is like the blur and everything. Just copy that and boom. And there you go. Now your second video is done. And really what this is all about is it's making a template. So at that point, it's a matter of just dragging and dropping in your videos and then just copying and pasting your effects and transformations. It's that simple. Then you just export it. You have content out quicker. Sky's the limit in regards to what you want to do. Just be as creative as possible. I have a similar thing where I have my like bubble like that for my face, but I also do like some grunge stuff, kind of make it more in tune with my branding, which is heavy metal, horror, things like that. Definitely be sure to try this method. Use kind of the same principles on whatever video program you use, but this is going to speed up getting more content out faster on multiple platforms, which will help you with growing your channels, whichever one you stream to. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check back. I'm going to start creating more tutorials on how to make things a little bit more efficient when it comes to editing, putting content out, things like that. If you like what you see, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell to be notified when upcoming tutorials are added. So everyone, thank you so much again.